As well as technology, Weave is built on a foundation of philosophy and psychology. And today I want to share some visual models I've created that help us understand and are inspired by various philosophers, scientists, and mindfulness teachers. I want to explore one of the deepest philosophical questions, which is who am I? Or who are we? And as well as using these models, I want to integrate a mindfulness practice from neurobiologist Dan Siegel called the Wheel of Awareness. Mindfulness has been essential for us at Weave, as well as to navigate the ups and downs of personal and business life, but to help us explore some of these deeper questions. So introducing the models to explore the question, who are we? We are this body. We are here on this planet. We are a center of sensation. We have 5 senses to see and hear and taste and smell and touch this amazing world that we live in. We can also be aware of occupying this body, our internal awareness of this pulsing, beating, living organism that is uniquely our own space. Each of us here occupying this unique corner of the universe that is our body. Who are we? The mind can answer that question in many different ways. Our identity, our stories, our history, our memories, our dreams, our intentions, our aspirations, our individual stories and the stories of our ancestors, the stories of our society. Our mind can remember things in the past and imagine things in the future. It can travel to different places in our imagination. And at the center of this is where we place our attention. And again, this is why mindfulness practices are so useful to help us practice how we can focus our attention. And even more than that, become aware of when our attention is being hijacked by something else. Who are we at our essence? This next piece is hard to understand, it's hard to explain in words, but many of us are experiencing this directly through ourselves, for ourselves, through mindfulness practices. It is what is aware of what our senses are seeing. It is what is aware of the thoughts that we are thinking. The essence of who we are, this awareness is the same in me as it is in you. Let's explore this a little further by jumping into Dan Siegel's Wheel of Awareness. So here is Dan's Wheel of Awareness. Several concepts. We see at the rim is how we experience the world, how we interact and understand the world. And the awareness that he introduced is at the hub, this quiet, calm, spacious awareness. And then we have the spoke of attention. We are choosing where we focus our attention. This is a great practice to explore these various concepts I just introduced. And there's a link to the meditation on this webpage below. The first area we talked about, he gets us to explore each of the senses in turn. Moving to the second quadrant, we then take attention inwards. And Dan reminds us there's great wisdom in integrating the awareness that is within our bodies. We then move to explore the mind. to observe what thoughts are appearing, coming and going without trying to resist any of the thoughts, just being curious and being aware of the thoughts. Also emotions, so as well as the mind, there are the emotions that we feel, mind and heart, really connected in this quadrant. Before we move on to the fourth and final quadrant, Dan gets us to bend the spoke of attention and focus our attention on awareness itself. And again, this is where words are hard. Poets are often way better at this. Saint Francis of Assisi said, "It is when we discover that what we are looking for is what is looking." Moving to the fourth quadrant, and this is what excites us greatly at Weave the People, we remember we are not separate. Part of who we are as individuals is who we are as a collective. In each of these areas, our bodies are made of the same hydrocarbons that were created when our mother sun exploded. Our minds and our stories and our language did not happen individually. They're exactly this, our stories. And this awareness is the same within all of us. A very brief synopsis of Dan's model, Wheel of Awareness, and I highly encourage you to follow the link and take his 20-minute practice of walking through this in a far more mindful manner. So here are the three models together. And it is our philosophy at Weave that each one of these is as equally awesome. Our bodies are awesome. We can dance and drink and sing and build and create. Our minds are awesome. And this is primarily what we're working with Weave. They can evolve fast. We can change our stories. And that is what we're doing here, to change our story to be more inclusive, to be more expansive, to be kinder and more compassionate. And this awareness that is within us and around us and we all share, we believe is an essential ingredient if we are going to rewrite our stories and create a world where everyone belongs. I share these models not to explain and certainly not to provide any answers, but my hope and intent is they inspire curiosity and wonder, provide new perspectives and a remembering of the wonder and the connectedness of life.